You think this is just online shopping, catching up, but 15 collapsing chains mean higher prices, longer drives, and fewer jobs where you live. Walk through your local strip mall and look closely. How many dark windows do you see already? Now imagine that picture multiplied across the country. Thousands of stores are closing, and behind those everything must go. Banners are real families losing income and towns losing life. Here is the strange part. None of this feels sudden. One store closes here, another there, a banner goes up for a liquidation sale, and most people shrug. But when you step back, you see the pattern. It is the same names showing up again and again. In this video, we are going to walk through 15 of those names and what their slow collapse means for you. As you listen, keep score in your head. For each retailer, ask yourself a simple question. Do we still have this chain in my area, or is it already gone? At the end, tell me in the comments how many are left where you live. Let us start with Big Lots. For years, Big Lots was the place you went when you needed a cheap sofa, a TV stand, or discount snacks to fill the pantry. It sat in the middle ground between dollar stores and big box chains. Now it is closing large chunks of its stores and fighting to survive under a heavy pile of debt and weak sales. In real life, that looks like a once busy discount store reduced to half-empty shelves, then giant red signs, then a bare box waiting for a new tenant that never quite shows up. If your nearest Big Lots is gone, how long has that building sat empty? Next is Rite Aid. Rite Aid was the neighborhood pharmacy for millions of Americans. It has already shut hundreds of locations and gone through a brutal bankruptcy process. When a pharmacy closes, the impact goes way beyond toothpaste and shampoo. People who used to walk to pick up blood pressure pills now have to drive. Parents lose the drive-through window they used for late-night antibiotics. Some areas turn into pharmacy deserts almost overnight. If your closest drugstore closed in the last few years, how much farther do you drive now? Now look at the trio of CVS and Walgreens alongside Rite Aid. These two giants are not collapsing the way Rite Aid is, but they are shrinking fast. Both have announced repeated rounds of store closures as they try to cut costs and push more business online. It is easy to say, we still have one across town, until the day that one closes too. When all three brands pull out of a neighborhood, you feel it every time you need a flu shot, a refill, or a quick grocery top-up after work. Number 4 and 5 on this list sit in the dollar store aisle, Family Dollar and Dollar Tree. Family Dollar has shut hundreds of locations and has plans to close many more, especially in areas where stores overlap. Dollar Tree, which owns it, is also closing weaker locations and raising prices inside the ones that remain. For many rural towns and poor urban neighborhoods, these chains stepped in after full-service supermarkets left. So when a Family Dollar disappears, people do not trade up to a nice grocery store. They drive farther, pay more for gas, and often switch to even worse food options. Now move to Party City. You know the look. A bright storefront full of plastic costumes, balloons, and decorations stacked to the ceiling. Party City has gone through bankruptcy and is closing many locations for good. From the outside, that seems like a minor loss. Who cares about a party store? But think about what it really did. It gave local schools, churches, and families a cheap way to pull off events. It gave teenagers weekend jobs. Take that away and you chip away at small community moments that make a town feel alive. Next, Joann. Joann has been the default craft and fabric store for decades. Teachers, quilters, small Etsy sellers, and grandparents all relied on it. Now the chain is closing many stores after yet another financial shakeup. When a Joann disappears, the people who used it the most often do not have an easy replacement. Online fabric shopping is tough when you need to feel the material or match a color in person. So projects get delayed, side businesses shrink, and one more reason to visit the local shopping center fades. Let us talk about malls for a second, because 3 of our collapsing names live there. Macy's, JCPenney, and Kohl's. Macy's is closing dozens of department stores as it tries to focus on fewer, more profitable locations. JCPenney went through bankruptcy and still has a smaller base of stores than it did a decade ago. Kohl's says it is fine, yet it quietly closes underperforming spots and leases out space inside others just to keep traffic flowing. When an anchor store leaves a mall, the impact is brutal. Foot traffic drops. Smaller tenants struggle to pay rent. Whole wings of the building start to feel like a movie set from another decade. Ask yourself this: when was the last time you walked into a mall that felt full and noisy on a weekend? Then think about your nearest mall right now. Which anchors are gone? Which are half empty inside? Retail collapse is not just about fashion and decor. It is also about food. Many towns have watched one big supermarket close while another barely hangs on. Regional grocers and even units of national chains like Kroger are shutting down when the numbers no longer work. Every time that happens, the people nearby lose more than a place to buy groceries. Workers lose stable shifts. Local charities lose a partner who used to donate leftovers. Other stores around that supermarket lose passing trade as well. Now think about GameStop. GameStop has been shrinking for years as more games go digital. Hundreds of stores have closed. For younger viewers, that store was a social space. You did not only buy games there, you traded them, talked to staff about new releases, and met friends. When those locations close, that activity moves online, yes, but the human contact does not follow. Another small chunk of real, face-to-face life disappears. Then there is the Container Store. On the surface, it sells storage bins and closet systems, a nice-to-have category that feels easy to cut. That is exactly the problem. When the economy tightens and people feel squeezed by rent, food, and gas, stores based on organizing your spare space feel the pressure first. The Container Store has already closed locations and gone through heavy restructuring to stay alive. Many of its stores sit in higher-end centers. When they close, landlords scramble to fill a big hole and often fail. We also have the ghosts, chains like Bed Bath & Beyond. Every one of those blue and white stores is gone now. The brand exists as a website under new owners, but the physical presence is finished. Walk past any of the old sites and you see what a real retail death looks like. Faded logo marks on the building, empty glass doors, maybe a discount gym or a random warehouse tenant trying to fill the space. For former workers and suppliers, that change was not just a logo swap. It was a hard line in their income history. So what ties all of these collapses together? First, debt. Many of these retailers loaded up on loans and promises during the cheap money years. When sales slowed and interest costs rose, there was no cushion left. The easiest short-term fix was to close stores and cut staff. Second, pressure from both top and bottom. On one side, you have giants like Walmart and Amazon. On the other side, you have dollar stores and ultra-cheap online sellers. The middle ground, where many of these chains lived, is squeezed from both directions. Third, simple habit. More people order every little thing from a phone: socks, medicine, birthday gifts, even groceries. That is convenient, but every quick order is one less reason for a local store to exist. So what does this mean for you? It means fewer choices and higher prices in the long run. It means more of your town's money flowing out to distant warehouses instead of staying near home. It means more empty parking lots, which drag down how safe and hopeful a neighborhood feels. Think about your own routine. How many places on this list did you visit at least once a month a few years ago? How many of those trips moved to a website without you even noticing? How many workers in those stores now stand on the wrong side of a locked door? In the comments, tell me two things. First, which of these chains has already closed near you? Second, what moved into that space, if anything? Your answers paint a clearer picture than any chart. If you are tired of being told everything is fine while your local stores vanish one by one, you are in the right place. This channel is here to explain what is really happening to retail, housing, and jobs in plain language. Tap like if you want more people to see how serious this is. Share this video with a friend who keeps saying, "The mall will bounce back." And subscribe if you want to stay ahead of these slow-motion collapses instead of waking up one day in a town full of dark windows.